Well, hey, good evening, everyone. You guys, I have one more video I want to make this evening. I just did a video on C.I. Scofield's dispensations, but now I want to take a look at the vision in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, the valley with the dry bones. We're going to go ahead and read through that, talk about it. I got a couple commentaries I want to share from, and really I just want y'all's feedback and y'all's thoughts. I've decided to read, this is a huge Bible. It's massive. It's the size of my desk. My camera's at its highest limit, and you still can't see the whole Bible. This is a Hubbard Brothers Bible Publishers of Philadelphia. This is printed in 1882, so this is an old Bible. I just wanted to show you all the size of this thing real quick. Yeah, this is the covers. Thick, as thick as my finger. It's like a piece of wood just hit the desk, right? Shakes the whole desk and everything. So we're going to be in the book of Ezekiel, which we are now. And I'm going to zoom us in here, and we're going to get on it. Okay. So here's chapter 37. Let me adjust my focus slightly. There, that looks very clear. So here's the King James Version, of course, and this is the resurrection of dry bones, the promise of Christ's kingdom, according to Ezekiel chapter 37. Now, I'm going to read verses 1 through 15, then we're going to look at a C.I. Scofield Bible to see Scofield's notes, and then we're going to read some commentaries. So the text reads, King James Version, Ezekiel 37, verse 1, "The hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, thou knowest. And again he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So I prophesied, as I was commanded, and as I prophesied there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Then said he unto me, Prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, Son of man, and say to the wind, Thus saith the Lord God, Come from the four winds, O breath, and breatheth upon these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood up their feet, an exceedingly great army. Then he said unto me, Son of man, let me adjust it here. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they are saying, Our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our parts. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves, and cause you to come up out of your graves, and bring you into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then ye shall know that I, the Lord, have spoken it, and performed it, saith the Lord. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Moreover, Son of man, I'm going to stop right there. So we have this great vision of the dry bones, the valley of dry bones. We have the divine messianic title name, Son of Man, which of course we know is Christ, the Son of God, and the kingdom was given to him. You know, the Ancient of Days in Daniel, he was presented before, but now we have Ezekiel, which in a sense, Son of Man. So, you know, Christ, if Ezekiel is kind of seen as a type, if this is a prophecy of what Christ later would fulfill when Christ speaks to these dry bones, arise. You see, there's different ways we can look at this. This is my first few thoughts going forth here. Let's look at what Schofield says. He has a footnote on the verse 1 right here. So in the Schofield Bible, he has part 6, the general theme, restoration of Israel, the Davidic kingdom, judgment of the nations, chapters 37, 1 through 39. So this valley of dry bones. Then the hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit, and the Lord set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. We have the footnote right there, number 1. And Schofield says, having announced Ezekiel 36, 24 through 38, the restoration of the nation, Jehovah now gives the vision and symbol, the method of its accomplishment. Verse 11 gives the clue. The bones are the whole house of Israel, who shall then be living. The graves are the nations where they dwell. The order of procedure is 1, the bringing of the people out. Verse 12, 2, the bringing them in. Verse 12, 3, their conversion. Verse 13, 4, the fulfillment with the Spirit, the filling with the Spirit. Verse 14, the symbol follows. The 2 sticks are Judah and the 10 tribes united. They are one nation. Verses 19 through 21, which we haven't read. Then follows verses 21 through 27, the plain declaration as to Jehovah's purpose. And verse 28 implies that then Jehovah will become known to the Gentiles in a marked way. This is also the order of Acts 15, 16, and 17. And the 2 passages strongly indicate the time of full Gentile conversion. See also Isaiah 11:10. So that's what Schofield had to say on this passage. Now, if I could, I'm going to go ahead and read. I have a section here that I want to read. This is a commentary. This is actually John Wesley. In John Wesley, he says concerning Ezekiel 37:1, and set me down. So it seems to me in the vision, which is a lively representation of a threefold resurrection, of the resurrection of souls from the dead of sin to the life of the righteous, the resurrection of the church from an afflicted state to liberty and peace, the resurrection of the body of the great day, especially the bodies of believers, to life eternal. So that is John Wesley's take. F.B. Meyer, Mr. F.B. Meyer, this is probably the best commentary I could find on Ezekiel chapter 37, verses 1 through 14, which is what we read. A marvelous chapter. The vision is so graphic. This is Meyer's words. Time does not rob it of its significance. Indeed, every sign points to speedy fulfillment. The Jewish nation has long resembled those dry and bleached bones, and the state of sinners generally may truly be described in the same terms. The condition of many souls in neighborhoods is comparable to harrowing scenes of recent battlefield. We may preach so as to effect an outward revolution, but there can be no life until the divine breath passes over them. We must preach the word instant, in season and out, but we must also call on the Spirit of life, that those are in their graves must hear the voice of the Son of God. The promise of Ezekiel 37, 13, and 14 await their literal fulfillment. Let me go ahead and read those 2 verses, Ezekiel 13 and 14, which is here at the top. And then we'll go ahead and finish this. And ye shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then ye shall know that the Lord hath spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord. So that's the section there. And according to Mr. F.B. Meyer, the promise of Ezekiel 37:13 and 14 await literal fulfillment in the case of the Jews, but let us plead that they may be also realized in our own congregations and neighborhoods. Revival will assuredly end in unity. Anyways, that's, it's an interesting thing. How much of this is symbolism and how much of this is later to be fulfilled in the nation of Israel? If anybody really believes that they have this section figured out, I'm very curious as to your take on this section. If you could take a little time just to write down below Ezekiel chapter 37, the vision of the valley of dry bones. Do you think this is actually going to be the bodies of Jewish people that are raised from the dead after a great battle with possibly a great earthquake in perilous times? Or is this more or less symbolic of the church and how we are now coming to life as the true Israel of God? I know there's different views on this, but you guys just let me know your take on it. I've read a few interesting commentaries and Schofield's take. Until next time, y'all stay blessed, and thank you for listening to this reading.